Yeah.
Yeah.
I do need to go to a theme park at one point.
So those people out there, look, they're like little lemmings.
I know.
And look, it's quite a big space actually.
Yeah, like, look how far away they are, and they're close.
It'll be quiet there from the sun.
Because how long have you worked here?
I'm actually relatively new. I came up here from Joshua Tree in September.
Okay. And what did you train to do then?
So I went to school. I got a bachelor's in adventure recreation and a minor in business. So yeah,
Adventure recreation.
yeah,
Oh, that's a whole degree.
it is. It
In
is.
America.
Yeah, exactly. Studying how people like recreate and
Yeah.
different kinds of
Okay,
things,
yeah.
and tourism as well is included. And,
Ah.
yeah, teaching others. And, yeah, it's just a fantastically rewarding job.
Yeah. And where do you live then?
I actually moved out here from Maryland, right
Okay.
outside of DC.
Yeah, and you live what, in Flagstaff or?
I actually live here in the park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Do
they're
they have
about.
ranger accommodation?
They do, yeah, like
Ah.
apartment
Oh,
buildings.
cool.
I think there are about like 500 NPS employees
Wow.
that live here in the park, and then about 2,000 or so,
Oh, okay.
like of the concession employees and
Yeah.
such.
And since Trump has come into power, does that affect your role or the money?
I can't really comment on that.
Oh, you're not?
Oh, well, we're video.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, yeah, I'm
Political.
Yeah.
No, I just want to ask
Sorry,
you about
Daniel.
I just want to ask you
It's
about the old guy down there. So, what is he lives down there full time, pretty much,
Yeah, he works down there and helps with the maintenance down there as well.
and then comes up like for his holidays,
I
vacation.
haven't met him. He's kind of a legend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're not sure if he actually really exists?
Oh, I'm sure that he exists. For sure.
And there's two ways you can get down there. You can go the two trails that go down to that,
Yeah, there are a couple of the trails that go down there, and then
and they got solar doing their
yeah.
electric.
They're really self-sufficient down there, and then they get supplies either brought down there by mule or helicopter.
Oh, a helicopter will take it down there. Oh, there's a landing pad.
They
down there.
won't take anybody down there, but they'll take supplies and such down there.
All right, that's
yeah.
pretty cool. I like that.
So that was interesting little chat with the park ranger there. He was telling us about Fortune Ranch down there, and it's kind of like a place to go. People go down there and stay. It's about 4-hour hike down and about 6 to 8 hour hike back up. You can get a donkey up or a mule up and down if you wish to as well, which I'm guessing would be a bit easier on your feet. Anyway, he said he would never go down with a mule. About a mile from the from where we are stood now down to the river. So that's a vertical mile down. So if you fall off one of the highest peaks, well, you're going to have a long time to think about where you put your foot wrong. It's pretty scary around here, really. And there's 11 people died last year from falling alone. Yeah, enough said. Quick explanation of how the Grand Canyon was made. The tectonic plates lifted the whole earth up about a mile. This is the technical explanation. About a mile, and then the river, wind, rain and ice formed the canyon over a period of about 6 million, trillion, billion, thousand, quadrillion years. And what you could see, all those little lines, that is the seabed, and it was pushed up about a mile. You learn everything here.
The river down in the canyon is now clear because of the dam that we went to go see. And the water is obviously stopped there, so all the sediment rests at the bottom of Lake Powell. And so now it's clear. It used to be really muddy.
I've seen it all now. Someone's getting married up here. Either that or she likes to dress funny. She's got some wicked flares on, that girl. Check it out. I don't think Billy's even got a pair of flares like that. Here comes the bride. If the groom wanted to do a run, though, he ain't got many choices here, has he? On that outcrop right there is where the wedding is taking place still. See if you can see the little bodies on there. Camera just about picks them up. I'm going to try and watch my step here. This is the Rim Trail, which is on the far west side. You don't have to get a shuttle bus, but we got a shuttle bus out to a certain point, and then you can walk out all the way round. Well, I think it's a 4.8 mile walk. The paths are pretty easy, and they're pretty stunning views. If you just walk a few steps over that way, you're right in the canyon. That's pretty nice. Weather's absolutely stunning. I've got my jacket on, but I really don't need it. Blue skies, sunshine. Mum and the girls are further up ahead. You can just see that up there on that further ahead on the trail there. People first started coming on horse-drawn carriages here in the 1880s, 1890s, and then the railway was built, and that pretty much put an end to the horse-drawn carriages. Most of those came from Flagstaff and a place called begins with W, not Winslow, Wellington or somewhere. And then motor cars came in the 20s, so people started to drive here themselves. So, and then there was a massive jump in people coming in the 50s and 60s, which is when they started to put on buses, local buses around the canyon, like the shuttle buses that we're on today. And there's about 6.4 million people come here every year. I mean, it's busy, but it's not, it's not crazy busy. You can get around easy, and there's plenty of space. On the trail, there are some of these sections that are got railings just to stop you from falling off the edge. And then if you keep going, if you wanted to, you could fall off the edge. This is the abyss. There's a 2,600 foot drop here. This is not where you want to fall off if you're going to fall off. This is Pima Point, and down here you can see the rapids. You can just hear the rapids if you listen really careful. There's just a deep rumble. I think this is the nicest view. What do you reckon, George? Hermit's Camp is about here, and it was a popular destination. You could pay about equivalent to $350 to get hike down there, a guided hike, and stay overnight. And they had like canvas roofed cabins that had pine floors, pine walls, showers, toilets, and that kind of thing. And that was pretty popular up until about 1930s, and then they just, during the Great Depression, it was one of those things that it came to ruin. They just let it go. I guess people couldn't afford to go down there, and they just let them run to ruin. And now there's Phantom Ranch, which is in one of the other sections of the canyon, and that's much more popular, and it's taken over. Goodbye, Grand Canyon. We just spent a great day in Grand Canyon National Park. We had a great time and then came back to the same campsite as last night, but at a different spot. We thought we'd mix it up a bit, have a nice different little outlook. Fran is building the fire and Mum and Eve are putting potatoes, veg and steaks on. Whoa, and I'm going to have a glass of wine right now. How's the fire going, Fran?
Well, I haven't really started. It's just this bit has burnt plastic and it's full of ashes, so it won't work.
So what's your plan?
Build a new one.
Get some wood?
Well, I'm just going to build a pit first so I know how much wood I need.
Good thinking. Well, Fran got the fire going okay?
Well, we both did.
Kids and fires, they love it, don't they? So Fran started howling and then a bunch of kids about 100 yards away have started howling back. And those kids are way over there actually. Let me see if I can see them. Wait a minute, we're all gonna howl. We're all gonna howl.
2, 1.
Karen, did you howl?
The back door is
This
on.
guy's got to go to bed in a minute.
3, 2,
Oh, hang on, Mum's come out to howl as well.
walk back.
Mum's come out in a nightie.
3, 2.
Wait a minute, shh. 1, 2. Wait for the reply.
Fran, as loud as you can.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But they're not done yet.
Anyway, she's gone over to their camp now to go and introduce herself as the distant howling wolf. So both wolf packs are going to do one big howl to end the evening.